Hey, what's up? Today is Saturday, the 7th of September. I completed my 18th flight today, and I'm so grateful for, once again, I'm just so grateful for what the Lord has been providing for me in terms of knowledge and ability and their determination as well as commitment towards this pursuit. I've been signed off to do my progress check, my solo progress check, and that will take place on Tuesday. That Tuesday is going to be a make or break day for me. But with the Lord's help, I know that I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing, if not even better than how I've been doing it. So, let's go drive out, head home, while I talk about today's lesson. So I wasn't able to record today's lesson because the time window I would have used to install the camera into the correct position, that's during my pre-flight. However, I didn't have the phone on me at the time, so I just didn't bother, because at the end of the day, I'm there to fly, not to record myself flying. And I still have the previous lesson, which is still a good amount of content for when it does end up getting released. So again, today's flight was just a reinforcement of all the different landing procedures that I would be expected to do on my progress check. And today has once again been an improvement of the last lesson, which I'm incredibly grateful for. I was able to find what worked for me. I was able to find what worked for me. I was then determined to ensure I reinforced it so I wouldn't lose it. There is a muscle memory to flying, so if you don't use the information, you are going to lose it. And that's a big thing when it comes to flying, your currency versus your proficiency. Your currency, you could be legally allowed to fly, but your proficiency, do you really feel at the top of your game where you would fly yourself, much less other people under your supervision? It's all about proficiency. And I've been, again, grateful to have 3 flights this week: Tuesday, Thursday, and today, Saturday. I've been really grateful. I've been really fortunate and blessed to have that opportunity to have 3 flights this week. That's the most I've had so far. And having these lessons as close as they have been, it's really shown. I was able to continue striking while the iron was still hot, and I've never felt more confident in my proficiency as a pilot than as I have in this past week of lessons. That being said, it's not over yet. It's never over, actually, because a pilot is always learning. However, I am just that much closer to getting to the next stage of flying, which is cross country. I'm just that much closer. All I have to do is continue to be locked in, continue to pray, continue to put in the extra hours on my simulator at home, and I'll be able to pass that progress check, have my first solo, and just continue progressing in this pursuit of becoming a pilot in Jamaica, start to finish. Now, as I was mentioning earlier about today's flight, specifically what happened, again, it was a run through of everything that I would do in a progress check with the chief instructor. Now, this actually makes it the second flight where my instructor has had to not touch the controls at all. Well, let me not say second. Let me make it the first, because I know for sure that in this flight he did not touch the controls at all in any of the landings. They are 100% by me. However, there may have been one occurrence where he just slightly tapped them in previous flight. So, for record keeping sake, let's just say this was the first one until I can at least confirm in post that, okay, it's the second. So We went through the rejected takeoff. We did a normal takeoff and landing. We did the flap test landings. We did high and low approaches. And of course, the emergency landing. Now, today was a lot different than the previous flight. Of course, because there were no heavy winds today. It was much earlier in the morning, around 8:30 a.m. So there were no crazy 25 gusting winds like in the previous flight. Now, that being said, the flight characteristics are a lot different in calm winds compared to heavier, stronger winds, especially when it comes to the emergency landing procedure. Essentially, what I was able to note is the stronger the winds, the earlier you would want to turn in those conditions, or at least with the runway we were landing at and the direction the winds were at. On that turn from downwind to base with no engine power, the winds were really wanted to push you away from the runway. So the earlier you would turn in, the better. However, in calmer winds now, there's not really much affecting you. So if you turn that early with the calm winds, you are going to end up being a lot higher than necessary, even though it is an emergency landing. But I was able to take note of the differences, as always, I'm writing down feedback of each flight, things I noticed, things my instructor brought to light to me. I'm always just writing it down. So I'm definitely going to be aware and ready for the next flight. Now, for the rest of the lessons, there really isn't much for me to say. Everything I've been doing has become standard to me, so there's not any wild deviations or anything of the sort. I just need to, as I mentioned in the last flight, I just need to continue doing what I'm doing, continue putting in some extra work, because right now I can see the finish line when it comes to this stage of my training. I can see the finish line. I have my progress check booked Tuesday. Today is Saturday. That's 3 days from now. Saturday, well, 2 days actually. Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday, the third day technically. I just need to continue doing what I've been doing. Stay locked in, stay focused, and remember, it's just another flight. It's just another flight. It has really been a interesting journey these past couple of months. April, May, June, July, August, September, 6 months. It's been a very interesting 6 months, probably the most interesting 6-month period of my life. Let's just keep pushing through and get this private pilot license out of the way. Father, once again, thank you so much for providing me with all this opportunity. Please let me be able to continue performing to the best of my ability and share all my findings with those who seek them, those who can find use out of them, Father. Because becoming a pilot is a very possible situation, a very possible pursuit for many, if they just knew what they needed to do to get to it. So if I'm able to help them, Father, continue to guide me in that, continue to strengthen me, Father. But other than that, there is not much for me to say. The next time you will see me will be when I pass that progress check, God willing. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Just listening to me drive and talk about all my flights. So thank you so much for just dedicating your time to that. If you have any feedback, let me know in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If there's anything you thought I could have done better, again, let me know in the comments. Let me know. Without further ado, my name has been Robert Watson. I'll see you again very soon. God bless.
I only tell you the truth. I ain't got nothing to lose. I gave my life to God and I'm still ballin'. Ain't nobody that can tell me I ain't all in. Late at night I hear the devil steady calling me. That's when I pray to the Father that He give me strength to fight these monsters.